Hello, everyone. Let's see who's here. I think I just got done talking to Matt, and he said he was going to be my biggest fan today. So where is my biggest fan? Oh my gosh, good morning. Good morning, or I guess afternoon. We just hit 12 o'clock here. Nice to see you guys. I missed you guys all last week. I missed getting on. There's Matt. He told me he'd get on. I was just talking to him a minute ago. So good morning. Good morning, you guys. Thank you for joining me. He's right here. So I was like, Matt, come on. Today, you guys, I can tell you I'm here and I feel so good in my core, but I am exhausted. I've been doing so much work, and I'll tell you guys in a couple minutes what I'm doing. Hi, you guys. Nice to see you. And there's Christina. Good morning, Christine and Joanna. She paid me to be on. Matt says that I paid him to be on. I don't know if you guys know, I've been doing a lot of stuff with this body of work. Hi, Sherry. Nice to see you. Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining me, you guys. Here we are, Jewelry Talk today. You guys know me. It's like there's so many times you can get onto technical jewelry all over the place. I was just looking out different areas, but I'm on, and I like to talk a lot about here on Jewelry Talk. I like to talk about the behind the scenes of Jewelry Talk, like as women, as people, as guys, as, you know, how we're holding up, what we're doing, like all this other stuff behind the scenes to kind of get us there, producing our best work. Creativity. So, hi, nice to see you, Kim. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Hello, Deb. Nice to see you guys. Thank you. And you know what, you guys, I really appreciate this. I have seen such good reviews that came in from my intentional metalsmithing. Thank you so much, you guys. Really. So I appreciate that. Hello, everybody. Hi. Nice to see you guys. Oh my gosh. Well, today, Jewelry Talk, you guys know I talk about the alternative side to building jewelry. Yeah, more about, coming into your space, coming into your own work, coming into who you are, and building what you want to build. Oh, thank you. I'm tired, but I feel so good. And when I got up today, color is so important to me. I don't know about you guys. Color always, from when I was little, color was so important to me. And when I woke up today, I really wanted to wear a velvet color, because look at all these, all the reds and the yellows that I'm doing in my work. Here's a piece that I had to do. I think I showed you guys, I talked a lot about last time we met, really creating a body of work. And here's a piece here. But I also wanted to recreate this, but in a little different way. So this is actually ways of recreating your work. It's almost the same, but, recreating your work so a body of work looks similar and cohesive. So when you see it all together, it's going to work. And I always like talking about that subject. Oh, thank you. I love getting up and dressing up. I think one of the things I miss about traveling and teaching is color and clothes and shape and form. For me, in Jewelry Talk, mine is not just about a piece. It's about how it's going to be worn overall, how it's done in performance, how it's done in dance. I just actually put together I finally, as I've been doing a lot of writing this year. Oh, thank you. Yes. Yes, when I was little, I would wake up and I would decide what color I needed to wear. When early on in the 90s, when I was doing jewelry and a silversmith then, it was really so important to me. I love beads. I didn't work with all these different colors of gems that I do now. I went into objects and I loved beads for all the colors, all the design, all the stripes, the shape. Yeah, thank you. Yes, that's me. I try it. And I've been in my studio so much working, you guys, that actually I'm going to be doing a stacker film next. I'm actually doing it next week. Christina and I, which Christina's on, we have a lot of things that I'm presenting, she's presenting. We've been working really hard behind the scenes on a lot of different things. It's hard for me to even remember everything because on my end, I have my whole other itinerary that I'm doing as an artist. So I'll bring about both of those. Oh, yeah. So see, it's like with Christine and I, make sure you guys, I'm going to say it right off the bat and I'll say it at the end too. Make sure you get onto the Alchemy of Soldering, my Facebook page. I'm going to be doing a lot of presentations there next week. So and I'll remind you guys at the end too. That's a really, really good one. So, I'm going to tell you guys what I'm up to. It's like, oh my gosh. So last week, Matt's daughter, Maya, who is this beautiful, powerful, strong woman, and my film guy, he actually is a musician, Colin McNulty. He's a film guy, and he is this incredible, musician. So I showed him my jewelry. This happened last Saturday. Showed him my jewelry, or last, whatever day it was. I showed him my performance pieces. This was one of them. Of course, all the twigs. I think you guys got to see that twig piece here. So, wrong link. She's going to put up the link. Christine is putting up the link for you guys to get on. Hi, Cecilia. Cecilia. And, oh my gosh, there's Sandy. Hi, Sandy. Welcome to the group. I know you're traveling, right? No, she's a nomadic one there. One of the cool things that I saw this morning, you guys, now, they of course always get afraid to put out this information. Mine is the New York Times that I read. And, it's saying that right now we hit an all-time low for COVID. Like there's not very many cases in the United States. Isn't that good news? Yay! And Christine had sent me something, this really positive, she watches the moon and the stars. That's not something that I do, but I always love hearing the information. I track stones and talisman and all that type of stuff. But she was saying, how February is just going to be this refreshing time. So we'll see. But anyway, thank you. The twig necklace, I better bring that over. I did bring over, I didn't think I brought either one over. Okay, so I do want to say, you guys, so this is the piece that we did Matt's daughter Maya, Colin, did a performance with. It turned out fabulous. You always want to do the repetition of shapes. I'll show you guys right now what piece I have built for the centerpiece. Here's the back of it, nice and full. I'm finally putting together the centerpiece here, a different one. For the performance, I didn't have to have. Okay, this one's going to go here, and then a repetition of it at the bottom. Oops, let's get that flipped around. The cool thing is the back of these look just as beautiful as the front, I say, so it's nice. But this one, so this is going to be, this was in the performance. Tomorrow, why I'm exhausted too, get onto my email list, get onto Alchemy of Soldering Facebook group. There you go. That's Christina's. That's what we're going to be saying to you guys today, because I'm going to be on Alchemy of Soldering. That's where I'm going to be on a lot of times, doing presentations, doing demos. I'll be talking more, even though I'll still be showing up for here. Don't worry. We're changing things around. She's going to be sending reminders out. She does a daily announcement. Both of us are exhausted, right, Christina? We're working really hard. We sit there in Mexico and enjoy ourselves, and then we've really been working hard behind the scenes. So thank you. Actually, Joni sent me a box of fresh oranges from Florida, and I was like, oh my God, they're so good. They're so good. So that was, my vitamin C and keeping me good. So that was cool. So, this is kind of, now if you guys look at a piece like this, look at the repetition. I talk a lot about, I did a post the other day because I realized this is the shape that I'm dreaming. We talk about the shapes and colors and all of that. This is my shape I'm dreaming. And I realized when I do yoga, I talk about, yes, the shape of the cross is so important and so sacred for many people. For me, I'm doing yoga and I literally see a light come through my body and shoot out my arms like this. So it's like, how can I help but to imitate this shape? Now, does anyone see anything missing after this big piece? I did when I was done. Don't you hate that when you find something missing? Oh yeah, I know Christina needs to leave her day job. Yeah, she loves her business coaching. I mean, I hear so many good things. Christina does a business coaching. She meets with her people on Sundays, and it's artists. You know, she coaches artists in business, and she loves that. And I'm like her biggest, I'm proof of how good she is who I am. So I love that, you know. So we work really well together that way. We did, so we've done a lot of things together too. A couple months ago, we did a marketing more from, I'm an artist, I'm a visionary, and Christina is, what is it, Christina? You're gonna have to tell me. She'll pop it up there. You know, it's like when we talk together. Yeah, Cecilia's in hers. You're very easy to work with, she says. But yeah, so we do work good together. You know, it's like I've done business enough and for so long that I am an artist, but I also love the big picture stuff. So tomorrow, actually, you guys, I have a big photo shoot for my Milan pieces. So last Saturday, we did this performance that's coming up. It's being edited. It's due the 13th of February. This performance, you guys will get to see little pieces and snips of it, and then I'll let you guys know when I put up the whole, when I put up the whole film. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. For me, what I do now is I can see people who are very talented, and I try to get out of my own way, and I try to get out of the talented 20-year-old way, you know? So I really kind of let Colin direct the film and the music. I showed him my jewelry. You know, I sent him both over my jewelry and was like, what kind of music can you write to this jewelry, you know, of this piece here? He came back with, oh my God, a fabulous kind of Moroccan vibration in the background and, you know, just some beautiful beats so the choreographer and dancer could get her movements going. You know, so it's about pieces that were naturally built this way. You know, when the type of work that I do, these were built to, yes, look beautiful on you, but they're also built to be powerful, to be strong, to have noise, to have movement, you know, to give you color and shape and costume and form is what these pieces I've seen. So, you know, in my artist profile that I'm getting up very soon, all this new stuff happening, you know, this artist profile, I talk about like when I was in my 20s, I lived in these small villages and I would go behind the scenes and I'd see drumming and I'd see singing and dancing and meditationals and fires and, you know, in a very natural way, but it's really the natural way that all this costuming was made. You know, we put them on the walls and things like that, but, you know, really this adds to like a musical performance, the sound and the noise. So these guys, they took the visuals of this and they, you know, he added a whole like Moroccan vibration onto it. She choreographed and put together beautiful, strong movements. So I'll have that up soon and I'll have snippets of that. But also this Friday now, I have this gorgeous, luckily for me, I had kids because I have got all these, you know, beautiful or interesting looking. For me, I'm like, we're not about the, thank you. We're not about perfection here. So like with my models that I'm picking to wear and do the photo shoot tomorrow, I have a New York fashion photographer coming in. She goes to New York Fashion Week, so she's coming in. Hi, you guys, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. I was just talking about tomorrow I'm doing all of my pieces that are going to Milan. I don't even have all of them built yet, but you know, as I'm building them, I've been staying up late, getting a lot of stuff done. You guys would be really impressed with, you know, the body of work. You'd be really impressed with the work I've put together here. I also have a lot of, this is gonna go up for my jewelry sale. Look at all these gorgeous colors of earrings. I'm so excited because for me, it's just like the raw vibration of all these gem colors. This was so much fun, but you know, I'm like, I just wanna wear a piece that is just a long bit of color, you know? that just talks about the colors that I want to wear. So it's interesting. I think with the gems, well, you guys know how much I love my gems, and you know, it's a way to express. So happily for me, people who have been with me, hi you guys, nice to see you. People who have been with me for years and years know that, you know, I actually started off probably 3 years ago, and I didn't mean to do this, but I started working down all my chakras. And loving the colors and all of this that I'm doing. And I am happy to say I want to celebrate to wear this red piece today, because for some reason I started from up here and it worked downward, which I couldn't have planned that, because I always thought it would start down and go up. I am landed in red. I've been on orange. You guys can see my hair. Now I'm thinking, hey, I might need to go back to red again, you know? So I have landed, guys. I'm in the last chakra in red, and I'm working through what needs to be. Thank you. Working through what needs to be. So you're going to probably see me on here a lot wearing red, and I keep thinking, where was that red scarf that I always had? You know, it was a silk scarf. So I'm looking for things like that. So, so this is my pieces here. I also wanted to show you guys, this one is completely unfinished. This is a bracelet, but I think I'm going to have this post on here this week too. This piece, you can see it's like I put work into a lot of it here, but it is unfinished. But I use this in the performance because you know, it's some things that come back to me that I guess I'm going to talk about today too, is that when I am putting together a piece, I think about what I want, how I want a piece to be expressed. When you look at these two pieces together, this one is weighted with sticks. So it really hangs vertical from whatever angle you look at it. It's going to hang vertical. It's weighted with sticks. This one is not weighted with anything. Look at the difference between these two fringe pieces. This one is more it's put together, but it's meant to stay in place. This one is meant to be very, very airy. This one has noise. So this bracelet, which this one is a bracelet, this one would look beautiful with what I have on, but this is going into the model as well, because this one, I put it together for the performance. Why wouldn't you want such a gorgeous, light, airy piece that gives you air in the performance, you know, in the performance piece that we did last Saturday, right? Hi, nice to see you. I was just kind of talking about the couple things that I'm doing. One of them was a dance performance last Saturday, and this one here is the photo shoot with the model. So I'm really excited about this. I ended up having a lot of people. I'm doing it in the same space, which if anyone was here, there's a really big, high ceiling, open room, gorgeous lighting that I picked to do this, you know, to do the photo shoot. Might drag a couch down. I'm trying to look for my props, so we'll see. Aw, thank you. Yeah, so in talking about things like, thank you so much. Oh, there's Christina. Thank you, Christina. So, so that's kind of, you know, what I've been working on as far as my writing and my reading. With these pieces also go, you know, the smaller pieces, smaller, that I wear. I consider them smaller. But again, they're going to Milan Fashion Week. Why can't they be big? So make sure, so this week, no, not this week. Today's Thursday. Next week, I will be on, I know a lot of people ask me for demos. Usually when I show up here, it's hard for me to do demos, and I find that I really like talking about the other side of the jewelry making process. You know, you guys have my courses you can take. I'm going to be, aw, thank you, Kim. Nice to see you, Kim. Yes, the performance pieces. So you know, for me, I'm pulling together a whole statement, you know, of really my vision. There's some people that are like, people wear that, or isn't that a little big? And for me, you know, I really talk about ethnographic. I did ethnographic repair for 2 years, so I really got to see pieces close up that were luscious and beautiful. So, you know, that's kind of like what I want to say here. So what I want to tell you guys is, what do you do? So I'm showing you this piece. This piece here, I finish it. I thought it would be in itself enough. I'm really liking how the line is going together. Remember, I'm talking a lot these couple days about building a line And why not? Because that's what I'm doing, is building my line. So see how these pieces are going to, what does Christina say? 2 weeks live I'll be 2 weeks live in the Alchemy of Soldering Facebook group, where I'm just kind of going back in and I'll be talking on there, and then you guys will hear any announcements or things we're doing. But see, I'm really trying to have, like, I'm looking at my stones and fossils and trying to have things work together. So when this was done, I realized, oh my gosh, something's missing. You know what it is? Is a gem right there. So this is the piece. I came in this morning and I was like, I've got to get this piece worked on. I do need to attach this. I'm going to check the phone because I don't want it to spill out. I do need to, look at how much better it's going to look with the little green stone in here. Now, how do I get that attached? I'd either have to pull this stone out, which it's doable, but believe me, this one's in here super tight. This is like a plant fossil. It's in there super tight. So what I'm going to do is my riveting skills. So that's why it's always so nice, even if you're soldering, to have riveting skills. So I'm actually going to take this bezel here, get it all ready to go. And I could either put one rivet in here, but my piece will always be movable. So the important thing is to be able to set this with 2 rivets. So I'm going to set this with 2 rivets. So you'll see the finished piece done. So it won't be so unfinished. Now, the nice thing is when I do set a rivet, I can set it, when I look at my back area, I can set it on either side of this square wire. You know, here and here, that small bezel. And because I have this raised where I put my signature on the back, you know, I'm actually going to work this down so it's not going to rub up against your skin. That's all the things that we need to be thinking about when we talk about all of this, you know. Oh, this is better. Half my head is cut off. But also, you know, as I'm working with a lot of my things, I'm realizing I had wanted to build a choker out of these 2. You know, when you're looking at different work, they fit strangely. But what I realized is that because I did this bracelet earlier, this would be, you know, even though it doesn't go all the way around, I would need 3 chunks. And this is going to fit beautifully in a choker. I just need another 3 sides to this. So this will be good too. So I like this whole idea of building a body of work. You know, I talked about it the last time I met with you guys. I talk about it again. Better to talk about things that are absolutely on my mind because, you know, soon by the 15th of February, there'll be a lot of new launches. I'm doing my jewelry sale on February 13th, where I'm actually going to let go of a lot of these earrings. I'm going to put them in my photo shoot and let go of a lot of the earrings. And then I saw, you know, for me, it's like I only did this time bracelets that go all the way around because you know, here, I'll show you guys. Like I decided to do these bracelets that just go all the way around because when you're wearing bracelets, if you weight them with the stone, even though they could be a better price, you know, then you still have a nice handful that stays at the top, you know? Isn't that nice? Then you have little, you know, spacers and things like that in there. Jewelry talk. Awesome. Such a, oh, see. So Sandy also really came from being a traveler and, you know, it's so nice to see all these travelers who we are. The nomadic spirit, right? So the nomadic spirit. So I want to bring up to you guys, I did want to show you guys a tool that I've been in love with as I've been putting together lots of multiples like this piece here. Thank you. And remember, so you guys you think this is going to work with this piece here as the center? I needed to get a strong piece up here for the photo shoot. Needs that green dot, but that's what I'm thinking for the photo shoot. I'll have those photos up too. So everything is being done and going to Milan. So as I've been doing all these multiples, I had to make numerous jump rings. So I wanted to show you guys, I think a lot of people saw this tool. This is a Wubber's. She gave this to me and I was like, I don't know, whatever, you know, but I have this big jump ring maker that's kind of, I don't really use because it's, you know, so mechanical like that. Yeah, these are so nice. We use these. Hey, yeah, Adrian, see? But I love these because look, I can make any size jump ring that I want. So I've been making these big ones, tiny ones, you know, it's your tapered needle nose. Like this is actually a super extreme tapered needle nose, and this was pretty brilliant. So you can have everything the same size. So I'm gonna just show you guys. When you get around to right here, when I get around to right here, I can drop it into the same place and I can hold that area down. See? So I'm just gonna go around and I could make like 20 of these, and it's nice and relaxing. Oops. Now remember, I always wear my glasses and I don't have them on now, but you know, so they're large, they're coming out the top, and I'm always twisting it in the same spot. And then you bring it around to right in the front area. We know what these look like. So I know people make their jump rings in a number of different ways, you know, and it's like for me, I used to always order jump rings in, but why should we, you know? Why should we? To me, it's like as we're building talisman every step of the way, you know, I'm putting my energy into my work. I'm making everything my own, even jump rings, you know, and so the next step is, as you guys know, I mean, jump rings are just so simple, but these are double flush cutters. When I cut on this side, it's gonna be flat like a tabletop. When I cut on this side, it's gonna be that pinched, the real pinched mark. So I'm gonna turn it this way so I can get a tabletop here, and I'm gonna cut one of my jump rings like that, and you can go all the way up your whole piece. So I've got one area, I've got one area that's a tabletop, that one I just cut. Sometimes I have to go in because one area is always, you know, one area is not a tabletop necessarily. Okay, then I'm gonna go in and just cut off the tiniest bit. And this goes to my scrap, because remember that whole chapter on scrap, wasn't that a fun chapter? And then I have a nice ring that I could just, boom, solder together. So with an easy solder, it hardly damages, you know, it hardly gets hot. I can get in and out quickly, spot solder it, so that works out well. So, good. I like the fly. Oh, FYI, right in the spirit of the moment. Beautiful. Oh, good. I know. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so fly at the seat of the moment. Exactly. It's like, you know, as I'm inventing, that's how I get into positions like, oh, this doesn't have enough. It needed another gem. So for me, it's like you're going to see a cold join. I know I did one of mine with a cold join on here. What did Christine? Oh, she just gave me a heart. Okay. So you guys, I am actually going to, I'm filming right after this that, you know, I'll put up here later, because I just want to get a little different things than I talked about originally in the Intentional Metalsmithing Workshop. And I just want, you know, when you work with, you know, here's some of the stacker rings here, but when you work with different patterns, you know, when you work with different patterns, like say I'm going to be showing a square wire, how to get your square wire pinched together and soldered together perfectly, because then I can put my stone on there. So probably, you know, I'm going to be working with a lot of stones. These are so comfortable. This hand, I keep these rings on all the time. They can fit right into my glove. I'm in the cold weather. These here, I can put on the outside of my glove because they're adjustable. So always, I love, you know, for me, it's like jewelry talk is a lot of the ethnographic pieces, the performance pieces, the sacred pieces, the gems. You know, so for me, when I'm doing my gems, I notice now I'm doing all my red gems, which is the root chakra. This is my solar plexus gem, and my oranges, which is my creative side, you know. So I'm like, this whole piece, I did not, you know, I was into blue for so long. I did not expect myself to do a whole piece in oranges and reds. And anytime that there are wraps on my piece, there's wraps and burns on each individual stick. Anytime you see a wrap on here, it's prayers, you know, or I'm doing a meditation, or I'm doing just work, putting it into my piece to make it more my own and more my own. Okay, for the new folks, be sure to be on my mailing list. For the new folks, be sure to be on my mailing list. So click over. So there she goes. She put it there. Thank you. DM either of us with questions. Absolutely. So there is the email. So for anybody new, get onto the mailing list, which you can get there through my website. Pop into my profile right on this one here. I'm going to be putting up this week, or maybe next week, probably towards the end of the week, I'll be putting that performance on there with this piece and the bracelet with Maya and Colin, and it is beautiful. And also soon I'll be getting my whole body of work together. I have a 10-piece body of work, putting it all together in photography for my, and I'll let you guys see that too. Does anyone, DM us with questions. Does anybody have any questions? Well, pop on. And I'm going to be showing, like I said, the stacker rings. I'll be showing just building simple stackers. But did you guys notice when you're putting together twisted wire, how you really have to get your edges perfectly because the wires are so different? So, how do you put this together beautifully and make them fit beautifully? So this is, this is really it. And it's I wanted to tell you guys, remember again, we are working towards the summer. How are you guys doing with building? Are you guys staying in your studio? Are you guys getting in there into your studio? It's cold around here. We have some cold weather. It's hibernating weather. We're finally getting a little bit more sun. But I really have loved this time that I have found in my studio and in my space. Just quiet, kind of reinventing everything. Are you guys feeling the same in your studios lately? Are you guys able to get in? Christmas is done. What's the material on top of the stick necklace? This is leather. So I used to work with a lot of leather. This is actually, my favorite leather. Look at this, close up. So this is leather and it's sewn, and it was my idea originally I was actually I might attach before it's done a lot of fiber down the back, but what I did, because this piece became very front heavy, I could use the strings, but we all know from wearing jewelry for so long that the strings would start loosening and loosening and loosening. So I built this in the back so it wouldn't loosen. So really, these are more just kind of a little decorative. I actually need to hang sticks and things down like this. So this one is, oops, I'm getting all my pieces. So this is leather. Leather holds beautifully together. This actually, any fiber that is in this piece it's actually metal. There's this metal fabric that holds really well that I've twisted and knotted. And, because I really needed some strong threads, and I also needed threads that wouldn't get tangled around the whole piece. So that's really what a lot of this is too, is the metal threads. This was, because this one flies around more, I really have to untangle this. But I decided to show you guys. And she'll be wearing this for the performance. This piece, I think I'm going to do more of the, I have some of the walrus, sliced ancient walrus, some stones on here, some sticks, but this one is going to be built out a little bit more with charms. And it does have some movement in there, so the performance was cool. So I just finished a big piece. Oh, yay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so your big piece is, how about it, guys? It's anytime you're trying a new shape, isn't it scary to build a new shape? It's scary. It's like this piece here that I'm wearing, as much as I've explored different shapes, whenever you feel a little bit of fear on building a shape, you're on the right track. I can tell you that. Believe me, when I say I have had fear, doing this shape, because you think, oh my gosh, this is a beautiful geode. I paid $70 for the geode, just for the geode. I really wanted this deep, hollowed out shape. And then I kind of did a whole repetition of these deep hollow shapes like this in my rings. These are some of the rings that'll be up for sale. This is so when I'm doing pieces like this, I'm also interested in this whole dapped out form. These will be in my jewelry sale on the 13th of February. So, for me, it's I'm exploring. This one, I actually have been really afraid to start building this choker because it doesn't look like it's gonna fit, But one thing, you know, just today when I picked this up and looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, luckily I built this one and I know I can get it to fit because look at this, it's gonna fit. So, you know, it's pretty cool when you start, you know, kind of getting over your fear. Work smaller if you have to, you know, work a little bit smaller to get over your fear. These also are gonna be lined and riveted with, you know, it's lined with leather so it's comfortable. But if with your shape, so when I was working this shape, I was like, is this a crazy person's shape? You know what I mean? Like, doesn't that come into your head? You think, what is this going to really be reasonable? And, you know, I had that. So this piece was kind of, I make a piece and lay around for a long time. And, you know, it's hard to see before you put your stones on, before it's colored the right shape, before it's, you know, everything that's done. It's scary to change into your new shape. Thank you. But then, you know, and I also wanted to show you guys, because I'm exploring this, I want to put it somewhere else. So I picked out another piece farther down the row that also has dapped out, because when you're working with a concept, that's what it is with building a body of work. I'm working with a concept and I'm making a statement showing something where you have to look deep down inside your bezel. So why wouldn't I repeat it? Because I want this to be a repetition so it digs in straight. Like, ooh, cool. You're really dipping in. This is Mac, by the way. She makes all these gorgeous raku, and her company is called Maku. But it worked so beautifully with all the gems that how could I resist, you know? So that was kind of cool. So anyway, the gems are fabulous. I still have some on my site. I'm just about to, I need to get myself more. I really I'm realizing like, I think I just need like 100 that are done like this, that are charms, that hang. Wouldn't that be another statement in itself, you know? So as you build, you find your different ideas of things that is going on. The concave shape, I know. So that's exciting. So then it's like, you know, the idea. So when you're doing your work and you find something that you love, so say it's concave that I'm studying, I'm gonna go as deep into this as I can. You know, I'm gonna go deep into finding concave and how do I build concave and how do I want to express it and what do I want it to look like, you know, and here I built this concave piece. So, you know, this one it's easier on rings. The thing I love about rings is that you can see them in a short, sweet expression, you know, that I have on my hand. This one I wear all around when I'm studying it. So when you're studying your shape, the concave or whatever shape you're studying, wear it on your, you know, wear Okay. All right, you guys. So here's some announcements. I'm going to take off. I just wanted to show you guys those Wubber pliers. Tomorrow I have a really big day, but I'll get some behind the scenes again. I've got more behind the scenes of the dance, you know, of the dance performance that we were talking about. You guys can take see this piece in itself and, you know, all of it here. And, you guys are, you know, so for you guys, I hope you're in your studios building. It's this nice winter. Remember, even if you have a lot of things, please post on your body of work because put all your pieces together. You know, I was able to see like Joni did, put all of her pieces together. Oh, there was a couple more people that put all of their pieces together and they need to go back in and look at that again on the IM site. It's nice to see like what you love, what shapes you love, what colors you love, what pieces. There's so many things that I'm realizing about myself this year by doing writing and showing up and talking to you guys. You know what I mean? So it's like many times we just build things and we don't self-examine. But if you do, you know, take this opportunity to self-examine, look at what colors you love, what shapes you love, and you're gonna find something out about yourself. You know, that's where you're able to find your words that motivate you and, you know, you're putting together your whole package. So, you know, now, you know, I'm working really behind the scenes, putting together a whole package. In probably like 4 months, you guys are gonna see a polished me because I'm finding my shapes, my colors, my work, my love, my words, my, you know, all of this. So you guys will see a full picture and I hope that for you guys too. Yay! Post your pieces in the group today. That would be great. Post them as a whole and hear what people say about them. Don't be afraid to say something, you know, if you think of a word like, I don't know, flight or freedom, or, you know, we did a thing like that in our master's class where we really put together words, you know, that we thought were about a body of work. It really helps you at your core to know these words. And I know you guys know mine. I've got my 5 words. Nomadic, travel, beautiful, flowy. You know, it's like my beautiful is like flowy. And then there's also inspirational, because I hope I inspire you guys when I show up, or my work inspires. And what else do I have there? Inspirational, spiritual, yoga. You know, it's like this is the yoga breath, my shapes. So spiritual yoga, and also, first and foremost, the word that's been on my mind is freedom. So this word freedom, like freedom to express, freedom to go out and do this. Freedom, like I hope when I talk to you guys, it is more like a you know, I'm trying to get to your creativity, your freedom of expressing yourself and creativity. So, you know, that's what I'm hoping for here. So freedom's a word, guys. Well, my phone is about to die, so I'm going to go ahead and hang up, and I'm going to make sure, yay, freedom. Get on my mailing list, get onto Alchemy of Soldering Facebook group, and I'm going to be on there for the next 2 weeks putting up, you know, some technical stuff, talks. I want to show you guys the kit. I'll give you a studio tour, all this kind of stuff here. But mostly, you know, we're going to be making announcements from there, Christine and I. It's hard for us all to get everything straight. So I'm going to hang up because I want to save this. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh, freedom, freedom. There's your word. Freedom. What are you going to do with that word freedom? And, you know, I'm freedom to build crazy shapes. That's why I'm freedom. All right, you guys. Mwah. Love you guys so much. And here we go.